Hello everybody and welcome to the quarterfinals of the Falinks Draft League Season 6. This week we're up against the Emerald City Eevees, who were actually undefeated in the regular season, not even losing a single game. But if we take a look at, I believe it's standings, yes. Part of the reason for that is that they have the easiest strength of schedule in the entire league. It's actually kind of ridiculous. 34%, next lowest is 37. Now, I will say that Colin has taught me what strength of schedule 2 is, because I'm definitely not a sports guy, so I didn't know this. Strength of schedule 2 is when you remove out your own wins, because obviously you'd expect the team that went undefeated to have an incredibly high strength of schedule because everybody else that played them lost at least a week, right? Strength of schedule 2 removes basically their impact on their opponent's schedules. Their strength of schedule 2 is still the second lowest in the entire league, after only the Charlevoix Crobats. So that was very interesting. I actually had one of the highest strength of schedule 2s, actually second high, or I guess fourth highest, because Spring obviously has a ridiculous one at 69%. I've never seen it that high before. Well, partially because we've never done this before. But then Baltimore Blastoise and Colin both had higher strength schedules than me. Theirs are both about 57, or I guess 58, 57, and then mine's 56.5, essentially. We take a look, though. I do have a bit of jawning to do. I have a bit of complaining that I think I'm well-deserved. I had to play Vedvolt. Colin also had to play Vedvolt. But these two Vedvolts, or I guess we both had to play Raging Rayquaza. I did not play Vedvolt. I played a very different Raging Rayquaza from everybody else that had them. It's like all of these Raging Rayquazas. Whoops, I'm zooming out because I'm holding control. Every single one, all these teams, right? That is Vedvolt. The team was very bad, and it was pretty much irredeemably bad. It could never be fixed because he had wasted his waivers. I've been over this last week, if you watched the lore last week. These two teams just got a bye. They didn't even play. They just got a bye. Charlevoix Crobats, because Ice Fraud picked up the team like midway through a week, and then Charlevoix Crobats like, oh, I don't want to push. I don't want to hold everyone up, so you can just skip me and give me a free win. I'll take the free win. Tyler whipped out his incredible Tyler strat of just not putting anything in the match channel until time was up, and then he just got a win for free. He pulled the incredible Tyler getting his 19th forfeit win of the season. And then I actually played and I won. It was very scary. One of the closest sets of Pokemon I've ever had. Go watch that if you haven't. It was a good set. Not as good as this set though. This is probably one of my favorite sets I've ever played. So go watch that one if you haven't. That's week 7. So I think that because of that, my strength of schedule, because, we're treating that as I think 7-1 or a 1-7 team, because Vedvolt did win a team when he had control of it. He won week 3 against the Muscular Memetals, which I don't think won a single game. Oh, they did win a single game. I wonder who it was against. It was against the St. Louis Miners. Yes, of course. It's not matches. It is standings. But I think Ice Fraud, if he was in here with that team, I think he'd go 5-3, right? Like, at worst. He could easily go 6-2. With a different team, he could easily go 7-1 or 8-0. But with that team, I think about 5-3 is what I would expect. So I think that would probably, this extra net 4 wins, I think that would probably bring my strength of schedule up above, 78%. So I think that actually gives me the second highest strength of schedule, too, after Spring. Spring is actually ridiculous, though. Spring played, I think, almost every team here. I think he played every team in the top 8 but me. Yeah, I think so. Because he definitely played this team. He played that. He did beat this team, too. He beat the top, 2 of my contenders for, best draft of the season. He beat these 2, which is really good. Lost to them. Beat Charmanders. Actually, he beat 3 of my... Actually, he beat my... I think these are my 3 A-tier teams. Maybe also Colin. Colin did beat Spring. Minnesota Marshettes beat Spring. And then Charlevoix Crobats beat the tiebreaker. Speaking of, Spring played a lot of the teams in top 8. I have actually played every single team in top 8 at this point. I have played all of these teams except for the Emerald City Eevees, who obviously we're playing right now. That's pretty funny. I had to be matched up against them because it is, Spring said, loosely seeded, but it's also trying to avoid rematches, which actually kind of worked out because if we go to the standings, I came in at 3rd lowest, and then Oh yes, because Lynchburg Littens hasn't lost. I could actually drop to 4th lowest if Lynchburg Littens loses and then also has better differential than me. I don't know how the differential is going to work. But it's so funny that I have the most game losses strictly because I'm the only 5-3 player to have played all their matches. That's actually so funny that actually matters. That's funny. Yes, so if Nen loses, he could technically drop below me, but it doesn't matter because no matter what, I was always playing Emerald City Eevee because I have played everybody else here. And on the flip side, they have played like barely anyone here. They did not play Minnesota My Shadows. They did not play Lynchburg Littens. They did not play Washington Charmanders or this team. They did play both Spring and Charlevoix Crobat. So whoever they played, it would be a rematch. So that's why Spring decided to put me here. Well, because anything else, I guess I could have played Spring if Spring won, but that was only a 50% chance. And then also, this was just 100% me. And then both of these players have played against this person, so there's no reason to match them up against Emerald City Eevees. They've played, so both of these people, and then also Colin, and that's it. That's the only top 8 teams that they've played. So they've played like 1.5 top 8 teams. No, I guess it's technically 2 because Charlevoix Crobats has decided to be in. So I guess we could say they've played 2.5 top 8 teams because there was a tie for the bottom. So 2.5 top 8 teams versus all 6 other ones. Anyway, we can take a look at the, not standings, the teams. Their team is Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Ninetales-alola, Electivire, Bronzong, Mudsdale, Hydrapple, Yanmega, Lampent, and Sneasel. So this is one of the teams that I rated the lowest on initial, like, just draft tier list. And I honestly kind of still stand by it. I feel like it's just kind of all over the place. I'm very curious. I would have liked to see what it would have looked like if they had played some other top teams. Obviously, they did play Colin, but you look at Colin's team, you see, okay, well, you know, Dragon Week, so Order Up Week, 2 Water Weeks, and then no Haze, right? So it's like all the good guys are defeated by Dondozo, and then there's also no Haze on top of it. It's like, I don't know. I'm hesitant to use that as my only, you know, justification. And I haven't seen, like, really any of the other matches. I saw Springs, but Spring was definitely not locked in at the time. Locked in Spring and Gimmick Spring are 2 different beasts entirely. Yeah, anyway. So into me, obviously I think Dondozo and Tatsugiri have to come. Like, the team just doesn't have enough damage without them. Ninetales actually looks really good to me because I do have, you know, a Grass type, then a Dragon Flying type, then a Ground type, which is also a Dark type, and then a Fighting and Flying type. So Ninetales hits, like, a lot of the team. Oh, yeah, and also Freeze Dry hits that, and it's not even walled by Empoleon because Freeze Dry hits it for neutral. The big thing about ninetales-alola is that it is completely walled by Steel types. However, not my Steel type. I think it comes, for sure. Even if it's not used as an attacker, just setting a Aurora Veil. But then, like, Blizzard's just such a good move. 10% chance to freeze both, with just 120, or I think it's 110 spread is about, what, like 81 or 2 base damage? That's pretty good. I also think Yanmega comes for sure because Yanmega matches up really well into Rillaboom. And it is, like, weirdly neutral in the Tauros. I can hit it for super effective, but it's faster than me and kills me with Air Slash. That's really good. Right into Crocodile, who's been one of my go-tos this whole time. Pretty bad into Galvantula and also pretty bad into Hawlucha, but, well, I mean, it hits me for super effective, but I'm faster than it if I have Unburden active, and I hit it for a lot. So I think it comes. I think the tail one's also just really good. And then the next one I'm pretty certain comes is Sneasel. It's really weird because I guess some people, Lazy did try and say, like, oh, this team has some crazy D tiers. I'm like, I won't say crazy. I think Sneasel is, like, pretty good as a D tier compared to some of the other ones down here. There's some dog shit down here. And then, like, we got shit like Fungus and Golduck in C tiers. Like, oh, come on, man. I was sleeping on it at first, but it is, like, okay. 115 speed and, what is it, 95 attack? It's like, I don't know. It matches up well into Rillaboom. It matches up well into Clefable, and Empoleon, and kind of Crocodile. It's immune to Intimidate, and then it hits me with Close Combat, and it is faster than me, so I'll say it matches up well into Crocodile. And it's just those 4, I think. Yeah, pretty much. But like those four are at least Rillaboom, Clefable, and Polion are ones that I'm really relying on this week. So Sneasel's pretty bad for those three. Next, I really don't know who the last guy is. It could... The problem with Mudsdale is that Mudsdale's really bad into Rillaboom. Bronzong is like kind of only good into Clefable, and then I guess it doesn't really die. I don't have a lot to hit it, but it's like not really killing anything. He'd have to go to like Trick Room, which none of the other guys that he's bringing want to, except Solo Dozo. So I'm actually thinking it's probably most likely Electivire. Hydrapple's just way too passive. Like, sure, it'll wall out Rillaboom, but like a Dragon Claw from Mance does so much. Clefable just eats it for breakfast. It doesn't touch Empoleon at all. Hawlucha is pretty good into it. So I think Electivire probably is the most likely, just for redirection and being in a electric type, I guess. I don't know. The last one, like, that's the problem with this team, right? Like, there just aren't 6 good Pokemon. You have to bring a shitter, like, no matter what is the problem. I guess there could be a week where you bring, like, Dozo, Geary, Ninetales, Hydrapple, Mudsdale, Yanmega, right? Like, I guess. I don't know. We can take a look at what I've done. Starting off with Rillaboom, this is... I don't remember what the defense is for. I feel like it was for Sneasel, but then I started doing some Sneasel calcs. We can put... The problem is that Sneasel-hisui just doesn't have a set in the calc, so every time I want to do something with it, I have to, like, put it in myself. It's going to be Jolly. It's going to be faster than Galvantula, which I think puts it at 77 speed. Then we go 252, then we just put the rest in HP, 4 defense, 4 special defense, and then make it Eviolite, Poison Jab. I'll just do Poison Jab close combat, and then we'll just do calcs with that. And then let's put Rillaboom in. Custom sets only. Rillaboom. Boom. The important thing about this Rillaboom is that high horsepower into Grassy Glide KO, even with Grassy Terrain up. I've done the calc over here in my little damage calc that I made. 136 divided by 16. It's going to be, it's going to get 8 Grassy Terrain healing between the turn. That puts it at 144 HP total. So then we look at the damage calc on high horsepower. Is that one up there? Grassy Glide is this one down there. Add them all up in a matrix, and then you get all these. Anything in this matrix higher than 144 is a kill. There's only 2 rolls where it doesn't kill, and that's the 112 into the only 31 roll. 99% chance to kill. 99.2% chance to kill. So basically 2 out of whatever this number is here. I think it's 256. We can actually look at this. I think it's it's this ratio. Everything here that's greater than that number gets a 1, everything else gets a 0. That the total number of 1s divide by 256, which is the total number of cells, times 100 to make it a percent. So yes, 99% chance to kill with high horsepower into Grassy Glide. And Sneasel should never kill me back. It'll do about half. Ninetales-alola, actually, I think the bulk works out really nice, because I take 56 from that. If we put max special attack in there, I take 46 max, so it takes like 2 max rolls to kill me. It's not completely like a 99% chance to live, but also this has to be max special attack. If it is like a little bit with some bulk, I live guaranteed. And also, same, Sneasel has to be max attack, which it probably is. You don't have anything else to really invest the stats into. So I'll live a Poison Jab into that, and even then, it's probably gonna be Fake Out the first turn. So that's pretty good. I am a Terra Steel. Terra Steel is actually stupidly good here. It's good into Ninetales. It's good into... actually, Hydrapple I don't think can hit Terra Steel either. It walls Yanmega. Like, the only thing in the entire team... I guess Mudsdale, but Mudsdale's matched up really poorly into Rillaboom. The only thing on the entire team that hits Terra Steel at all is Dozo, Earthquake, Sneasel Close Combat, and, like, Body Press. Dozo, Earthquake is also completely neutered by Grassy Surge. Grassy Terrain halves the power of Earthquake. So, Steel is a great Terra type to pick here. Next up, we have Clefable. This Clefable has Moonblast, Calm Mind, Moonlight, Protect, one of my signature sets. The only thing we gotta be careful of is that Moonlight doesn't heal us fully in snow, so we can stall it out with Protect a little bit. We got a Grassy Seed to boost our defense. I'm thinking the Dondozo doesn't go unaware, because, like, you look at my team does have some setup, but I think the most important thing for a Dozo is to want to be immune to Intimidate. I think it's going to be Oblivious. And if it's not Oblivious, he also might be wary of Sableye Will-O-Wisp. So it could be even Water Veil. That's what caught Colin off guard. He didn't expect Water Veil. Also versus Colin, it ran some speed. We didn't expect it to run much speed because it can't outspeed Dragapult at you know, with all its speed, but it was faster than his Dragapult, which was something with Adamant. We can put Clefable in here. We are unaware, obviously, so no matter what, we're only taking 50% from Wave Crash, guaranteed to hit KO. If we have the Grassy Terrain up, we are taking, it's a 3-hit KO, even without the Grassy Terrain healing, which is really nice if he's not unaware. Obviously, if he is unaware, it goes back to a 2-hit KO, which is pretty bad for us. We do have backup plans for that, though. Then we, the idea is that we just kind of set up on it. If it's only doing 33%, we go back to Oblivious, we can just set up on it forever. Wave Crash is pretty bad. If it gets a regular one into a crit, that's like worst case scenario. So we don't want to set up on it more than we have to. We do have Terra Ghost for Fake Out from Sneasel, but also it walls Ghost and Poison, so we'll just wall the Sneasel. We're also got Ghost for Body Press, guys. Although I kind of like the normal typing, but I guess Ghost is a little bit better in Bronzong, because obviously we're unaware, so even if they get the defense boosts, Body Press is not going to kill us as a Fairy type. Next up, we have Empoleon with the Chople Berry. I'm actually considering changing this, because the team was a lot weaker to Sneasel before I added both Flying types, even though I feel like both Flying types are not great. I've added them. The important thing is that Empoleon is 1 point faster than Clefable, because I did the same thing when I played Canoe in ENCDL Season 4. I brought Haze on Politoed, and then I brought Setup Sinistcha, right? Even though like setting up into Dozo is like not amazing, the idea is that you set up in the Dozo while it's trapped there and hazed, and then you just muscle through anything in the back. Like nothing in the back can deal with a +6 Clefable, assuming we've taken out the Sneasel. Like, what's going to deal with the Clefable? The Tatsugiri obviously is going to be there. It'll do nothing to Clefable. Ninetales, if he switched, like, you know, set up Aurora Veil and switched into Dozo, that's not doing anything. I guess, like, one of these three could do it, plus obviously the Sneasel, but that's going to be priority number 1, getting rid of that. But then these two both just fail to take out a +6 Clefable, barring Axe of God. So we do have Haze. Our 2 attack moves of choice are Flash Cannon, Air Slash. Should just hit everything for neutral except Electivire, and actually not even Bronzong either. But Air Slash, I did have Flash Cannon, Water Pledge. I liked that, but the problem is that that doesn't hit a water type at all. So there's 2 of those, and that also doesn't hit. Air Slash also just hits these 3, which I feel like are more scary. Not the Hydrockle, but these 2 are super effective. So I like that, and it also hits the Dozo for neutral and can flinch it if we've hazed away its speed boost. Considering changing this to a Citrus Berry or a Leftovers, I have Citrus Berry on Sableye currently. This Sableye is the one I'm least sold on, so I'll come to that last. Next up, we have Salamence with Dragon Claw, Dual Wing Beat, Iron Head, Psychic Fangs. This Salamence is pretty straightforward. It is faster than Yanmega after even a +1 boost, because obviously we're 162 speed, so if it gets +1 and then we get +1, or we don't even get +1, we just have a Choice Scarf, we're just faster than it, right? Then we kill it with Dual Wing Beat, right? That's kind of it. It'll protect turn 1 to get the boost, then we just kill it turn 2 before the Tailwind goes up. Good thing about the Salamence is that Ninetales-Alola, even really bulky, not this bulky, but even pretty bulky, like up to 100 HP, should, yeah, just die to Iron Head. And we do have Terra Steel to improve that if it's proves to be bulkier than that, and we'll outspeed it, so we'll get it up. Big thing is that this is weak to Fake Out from Sneasel. So, yeah. Oh, fuck, I removed the Sneasel, but if we even put the EVLA back on, and, like, make it, like, 30 or whatever, 40, sure. Dual Wing Beat still kills, even if it's Sash, but the Sash should be on Yanmega. I haven't done any calcs for Hydrapple, but we probably get it too. Not guaranteed, but pretty fucking huge chunk into it. And we do have Terra Steel. Like, what's this guy? I guess it gets Earth Power. I didn't realize that, but we do live that. Yeah. This is really just clean up crew to take out the shitters. Probably gonna lead it in one of our games. Just kill something quick, and then once we get a lead against Dozo, we can actually kind of stall it out with Empoleon, because it'll never be able to like fully boost on us. We can just timer stall, just haze away, and like once it order ups twice, haze, then roost, then chip it with some air slashes for no reason, then haze, then roost, then chip it some more. Like Empoleon does just beat Dozo. Probably we have to keep something else safe next to Empoleon, which could be Hawlucha potentially. We have Feather Dance, Roost, Protect, Brave Bird. I did have Iron Head on it for the Ninetales, so we can put Hawlucha in, and I might go back to that. Brave Bird does a ton to Hydrapple, dude. Like, look at that. And Hydrapple does not kill us. That's one of the big things about this versus compared to Solomons. We can put Yanmega in. Big thing is that this guy needs a little bit of help versus Yanmega because obviously it's going to be Focus Sash. The Terra Steel just lets us wall it forever. Brave Bird's going to put it in range, obviously, because of our 124 attack, which is very specialized. Sneasel goes back in. Let's just make it like 40. Put an Eviolite on it. I don't think I did the Eviolite when I did the Solomons calc, so I'll have to redo that real quick. Let's put Solomons back in. Yes, Dual Wing Beat still gets it. I did put the Eviolite in. Brave Bird gets that. The big thing, though, is that Ninetales-alola. We put that guy in. Let's put Ironhead back in. Boom. So, yeah, we wouldn't get it into this, but we would get it into, like, 100. I liked that. The problem is it's just good into that, and I figured I'd rather have Protect for Sneasel. We've got tons of stuff to deal with Ninetales, aka, like, just Empoleon and, like, Clefable. Is the team perfect? No. Oh, yeah, Sableye also. I'm gonna change the Sableye. I've got Foul Play, Encore, Quash, Fake Out. I like the idea of Encore into Dozo. I think Encore into Dozo is pretty good, especially when it might just try and protect against my Rillaboom. I could do some maneuvering like I did versus Minnesota Marshadows, and it's even better because Dozo can't switch. So I was even considering Encore Disable and then change this to Quash. But I also like something like Foul Play, Encore, Light Screen, Reflect. And then instead of Foul Play, I also thought about Psychic to guarantee the KO onto Sneasel if it doesn't Terra, but then if it does Terra, I'm in a really bad spot. I also thought about Shadow Sneak to break the Yanmega Sash and then just like let Hawlucha just kill it, because that helps a lot. I could lead Sableye, Hawlucha, Protect, set up a screen. If the Yanmega protects expecting Fake Out or something, I can Encore it. And if it does just go for the... Honestly, this is not so bad, because if the Yanmega goes for Tailwind, I can just Encore into that and then just start hitting the other thing with my Hawlucha. I kind of fucks with that. I kind of like that. Oh yes, I also did not mention Hawlucha's item. At first I was Mirror Herb Mold Breaker, because I can copy the Dozo boosts and then hit it kind of through the boosts. Obviously, I'll still be hitting a +2 Dozo, but it's as if a +2 Hawlucha is hitting a +2 Dozo instead of a +0 Hawlucha is hitting a +2 Dozo. So it's essentially ×2. But ultimately, I did decide for Mirror Herb and Unburden, because if he calls my Protect on turn 1, like let's say he leads Sneasel and Yanmega, he calls my Protect, goes for Fake Out into Hawlucha, obviously, then he gets a free Tailwind. I will then copy his +1 with the Yanmega, so now I'm +1 Hawlucha, activating Unburden, which is essentially ×3 Hawlucha, which is, I think, equivalent to +4. So I'm faster than him under Tailwind, see, like, let's give it no item, and let's make it +1, and then let's make him +1 and give it Tailwind. So I'm faster than him at +1 and under Tailwind, which is really fun. And if that doesn't happen, right, like, that's the cool thing about Mirror Herb, is that isn't always going to happen, then we just get it versus Dozo. So, like, it's pretty decent, because, yeah, his Wave Crash will do that much, but then we're just going to Feather Dance him once, down to -2, it's going to do 40, then we'll Feather Dance him again to -4, it's going to do 20, then we Roost, and then now we just win. It'll do nothing to us ever, and then eventually we'll be able to Brave Bird it down. It's pretty fun. The Sableye, I am going to do some more testing with the Sableye. I think I kind of like something like this, then obviously this goes to Light Clay, and then this would change to Citrus, I think. I do kind of fucks with the Chople, though. It gives me just a guarantee. It's also good into all the Body Press guys. I think I will put Chople Berry. I do have Terra Flying to boost the power of Air Slash, and also just give me a fighting resist in a pinch. But I think one of these two is probably going to eat the Terra, especially when Ninetales is on the field. But, I mean, Terra Steel is incredible into this team, so I think that's not too bad. Gonna play with the Sableye more. I'm thinking it's going to be something like this. Encore Disable is also good, though. Maybe Encore Disable, then one screen. The bigger one is... I want to say... Like, the thing is, there are more physical attackers on the team, but the two that I'm most scared of are Ninetales and Yanmega, which are both special. So maybe this. Or, I guess, in that case, since it's special, it would be Light Screen. But Encore Disable is, like, not always good. Encore Quash could be good. There's so many moves I want to run into this team. It's crazy how many good, like, how many moves I want to run. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. But anyway, I'll let you guys know what I decide on when we get into the match. It's getting late here, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, so stay tuned for the match. You're probably not gonna want to miss it, because this could potentially be our final game of the FDL Season 6. Alright, there's mine. Dozo, Giri, Bronzong. Okay, there's Bronzong. Grass, okay. Giri. Ghost. Hydrapple. No Yen Mega is really good. Steel. Bronzong. Fighting, that's good. Ninetales is Ice. And Sneasel is Stellar. Okay. I definitely like Solomence and Sableye, and then in the back, I'll bring these two. Stellar Sneasel is really good, because that tells me that it's probably mostly offensive. Whereas Terra Dark is still probably offensive. But he definitely realized how good Sneasel is into my team. Bronzong being Terra Fighting probably tells me that it's Body Press, Iron Defense. Hydrapple Steel is just the most optimal type. Giri Ghost is very likely of a Scarf set. Grass Dozo is probably just, general bulky Dozo. Tails being Ice is just purely for offense, too. No Ghost there is quite nice. Or no Fire or something. Alright, Tails and that. Let's see. It's gotta be Inner Focus, right? Yeah. Snow Warning. Alright, I'm going to Terra just in case of, like, a Covert Cloak, I guess. I'll hit that. But I'm also faking this out. Burning my Terra a little early, but I think it's okay. Fake out. That's what I was expecting. Ninetales getting faked out. Is it Covert Cloak? I flinch. He flinches. Ninetales is going to die here. Sneasel is going to get Encored into fake out. This is the problem with no defensive Terras. You just lose them on. Ninetales also didn't Terra, so it's going to die here unless it's Sash. But it's been broken by Fake Out, so yeah, Solomons gets a kill, not that we're tracking. We're not tracking, but I'm gonna put it, because why not? And now he's locked into Fake Out again. That thing is forced to switch. I've revealed my Scarf, which is, I guess, a little bit bad. No Dozo. Hydrapple comes in. So who could the last slot be? It's probably Bronzong then, so I'm going to switch to you. Honestly, to Empoleon is, I think, completely fine. And then, actually, no, if it's Bronzong coming in, I would rather do Clefable, I think. And then with you, I'm going to Light Screen. No Dozo. Yeah, that had the switch. Arbiter. It is Zong, okay. Get a Light Screen up. Let's see what this Hydrapple is doing. Breaking Swipe. I think it's gotta be immense. I wish I had gone to... How fast is Bronzong? It's faster than Clefable, right? Oh, it's way slower. I'm getting in... Calm Mind. Why would you protect it from Sableye? What the hell? Protect it from an Encore guy? Psychic. Maybe no Steel move. Okay. I'm +1/+1. Okay. Bronzong into Salamence, my Salamence. Crunch is doing... I changed Psychic Fangs to Crunch. Crunch does 42%. I think I'll get a second one. Nah, I don't want to get greedy. I'll do Flamethrower. And then Crunch. Yep, that's why we don't get greedy. That's why we don't get greedy. Sneasel coming in. That's half. That's half. Body Press. Not a lot of damage. Sableye comes back in. He forfeits? Okay, well that's game one. I feel like he could have still won that. I don't know why he forfeited there. That's weird. I guess he wanted to preserve information, but I kind of know everything now. Wow. Whoops. Maybe just bring the same 4. I feel like his adjustment is going to be Dozogiri. But I think this is still pretty good into that. That was a weird forfeit. I don't know why he forfeited there. That was still very winnable. Hydropple is also slower than Clefable. That's really good. Dude, Calm Mind Clefable actually 6-0'd that team. I don't know. Like, Bronzong is a problem, but I did tech Flamethrower on... The team has changed a little bit. I guess I can go over that. I dropped Protect off Clefable for Flamethrower because I realized I had nothing to hit Bronzong. And I also put Crunch on Salamence over Psychic Fangs for Bronzong as well. And as we see, that's a 2-hit KO, which means that the Bronzong is not, like, crazy physically bulky. Either that or I got a high roll. No, actually, it can't be max physical bulk and have me do 50%. It showed Psychic Body Press. I actually didn't write anything down. Sneasel showed Fake Out. Ninetales. Dozo Sneasel. It is Oblivious. Good to know. Fake out that. Hydropple showed Breaking Swipe. Ninetales showed nothing. Quick Guard. Okay, quick guard on Sneasel. Dueling beat, this should be a kill. It is Sash. That's the second KO for Mence, not that we're counting. And what's Dozo doing? Avalanche. Cool. That's a crit. Avalanche, that's one less slot that could potentially be Show me Tatsugiri. Ninetales. A Fable. Put Flamethrower on it. Does do about half to fast Ninetales. Let's Encore you. Okay, he's withdrawing Dozo. Is it Giri? Arbiter, that's not Giri. That's Bronzong. He's Terra-ing Ice. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage. Taking half and then a lot. It's Life Orb. Got a burn, that's good to know. Let's light screen and switch this guy in. Blizzard again. Okay, show me Psychic, please. That would be way better than Body Press. Yeah, okay. This is a position where Protect would be really good. I will Flash Cannon. Oh, let's see. Bronzong into Clefable, put Flamethrower on it. 30%. I think I have to Calm Mind. That's pretty good. Body Press, but I have a Choppleberry. I wish I had Protect on Empoleon. Okay. At about 25%. I might live the next one, I don't know. Not with a Blizzard, I don't think. We still have Snow. There's 2 turns of Snow left. I think I do this. Freeze Dry. Okay, Empoleon's dying. Because then the Body Press will kill. Oh wait, Empoleon's going to attack first, though. But wait. Okay, Empoleon gets one. I'd love for this to just kill. Did not kill. It must be heat proof. I'm +1. Yeah, it's gotta be heat proof. I think I have to Moonlight. Wave Crash, yeah, it's got that. Okay. I should have just terrored my Solomons. That would have been really good. I guess I didn't know that he had Avalanche on it. Is Sableye still the correct call? Because, like, what about Solomon's... I feel like Sableye still is. Solomon's Rillaboom... Yeah, we'll do that. I really should not have dropped Protect on. Haze is good. He just hasn't brought Dozo yet. Wave Crash and Avalanche. The Encore could have been so good, though. The Bronzong just is rough. I just did not have a lot for it. It being heat-proof is also really weird. I mean, it could just be full special defense. Then Levitate. I still don't think it can take that little from +1 Clefable, though. Do I even have a Fire type? I guess I have Tauros. But that's, like, already bad in the Bronzong. Tatsu came out. I think I have to Terra Steel, dual Wing Beat, then Woodhammer. Alright, show me Draco into my Ments, and show me Quick Guard, I guess. I don't know. Oh, this turn could go very wrong if he fakes out. Actually, no matter what, if it gets faked out, one of them's dying. This Tatsugiri also means that Rillaboom... Yeah, Woodhammer kills. This Tatsugiri also means that it's not one of Ninetales or Bronzong, which were both problems last game. Yeah, I'm Terraing first, obviously, because I'm Scarfed. Yep, he's Terraing. Probably Ghost. Yes, Ghost. Okay. It's probably not Quick Guard then. It's probably Fake Out onto Ments. But then that means he's using his Terra, and he's sacking Tatsu. I think he's used his Terra and is sacking Tatsu. That's a really bad Icy Wind. It's okay. But you use your Terra, and you're sacking Tatsu to get that off? Yup, bye-bye. Rilla gets one. That's a great turn one. So I can switch Ments. It's for sure not... What's that? Yeah, Ninetales, okay. think I double switch. Because it's probably... If I had to guess... I mean, I think it's close combat into Immense and then Blizzard. That's like the obvious play to make. So I switch in, have Clefable take the close combat, and then half the Blizzard, and then have him pull in and take the other half of the Blizzard. Acid Spray. Okay. Acid Spray Sneasel. Why did he Acid Spray a Steel-type Salamence? That's weird. This might be the wrong play to save Ira. But I did... I maybe should have just sacked her. I maybe should have just sacked her. If Salamence gets frozen, it's really bad. Okay. What are you doing? Close combat into that, that's good. Yup. Flash Cannon into the Protect, that's fine. I did think that was Protect was coming, but because I switched, now I have a dual wing beat, and as long as I hit, I win, I think. Homeboy has no Terra left. I did have to switch out of my +1, but this was correct to get Mence in here. He did show close combat. We know all 4 moves. Dozo's Wave Crash Avalanche. That's switching. Probably 2 Dozo. I did miss. Oh my god, dude. If he stayed in, he won the game. No, not the freeze, dude! Oh my god, dude. Alright, I need to turn 1 Thaw. Sack Ira. I need to turn 1 Thaw, or a turn 2 Thaw. As long as he doesn't kill my Mence. Dude, this is horrible. I can't believe that if my season ends off of a freeze from a masterfully played game, this fucking sucks, dude. Come on, Thaw, 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 Thaw. Please, please, Thaw. Alright, not turn 1. Close combat. I do die. Wave Crash. Maybe I can tank it. Wow! This is that's the luckiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow. I am at a loss for words. No way I hang on, right? I'm gonna die to the recoil. I died to recoil. And then I died to Sneasel. If I could just hang on. I think I died. Yeah. Of all things, a freeze. That's horrible. Dude, this guy got so lucky. Well, he remains to be carried through the season once again. Damn. Well, whatever.